Hey everyone, Jar here and welcome to episode 2 of this new hardcore world. Last episode we built the lovely new starter house and got settled with some shiny new sets of iron armour and an enchanting table ready to enchant it. Which is why the first thing this episode is going to be returning to the dungeon we found by the surface and turning it into an experience farm to help buff all this lovely diamond gear. Also, when I started this world, I discovered a lot of villages all closely connected, which has inspired me to do something a little different from building a bog standard villager trading hub like I did last series. This time I'm going to be making trading caravans that span across the world between the many villages I found, with each caravan supporting a specific type of villager trade, such as the librarians or the masons. To make the world just feel that a little bit more real and give purpose to these really close villages. So, let's get to it. The first thing I needed to do for my XP farm was to get some soul sand that would allow me to get a bubble elevator in my mob farm. So I can drop the zombies from a nice height to make them a little bit more squishy for my sword. This of course meant going to my favourite place in the world, the Nether. I already had some obsidian from last episode, so I quickly made a portal, dashed and grabbed the soul sand, and was all ready for the XP farm, which I'm going to show you guys in a time lapse. So, as you can see by my levels and by this very weird monstrosity of a block in the overworld, I have made my zombie XP farm. So, I'm all set to head back to my base and set up some enchants on some of my gear. And I think the next thing I'm going to do is head over to one of my villages, trap in a librarian somewhere, and see if I can get mending. And just start getting all my gear that's renewable and I'm not going to lose it, and I'm all set to get some good mining sessions done. So, back to base. Okay, got my lapis. Let's go over to the enchanting table. Pop you in. Let's see what we got. So efficiency 4 and... efficiency 4. Go chestplate first. Pop you in. Fire protection, unbreaking 2. Let's chance it on her fire protection and see what we get. Just fire protection. They didn't go well, did they? Protection 4, yes, we'll have that. But only protection 4. 1 out of 3. Pretty good enchants. That's not too bad, I suppose. Probably time to head over to the village and see if we can get a mending librarian. Let's go! With a lovely mending book. Okay, home sweet home. I just need to make an anvil, which I'm pretty sure I've got enough. Got enough iron for? Yeah, I'll have enough. 1, 2, 3. 3 of you. And then, voila! Pop you there. You go in first. Efficiency 4 and mending. Excellent. So, got a renewable pickaxe. All we need to do now is probably go mend him up, get some more levels. So I'm going to need a few more swords. Sword. And we'll see if we can get a sort of semi-decent enchant before we go. Ho-ho! Unbreaking, smite, and looting 1. I'll take that. That is not bad. Not bad at all. Okay, so let's go. On with the episode. So, I have my mob farm over yonder. Annoyingly, over this way, I found another mob spawner, a zombie one, that I could have continued up through towards the village. I might in the future turn that into a mob farm just to stop myself having to go all the way over there, just a little bit easier of access, but that is a future jar problem to decide with. For now, what I would like to do is set up a villager breeder and get my initial trading caravan design built and shown to you guys before I duplicate it en masse. So, I just need to prepare a few things and head off to the village. Okay, buddy. It's a brand new day. Time to head over to the village. Now that I'm pretty sure I've got everything I could possibly need. Let's go. Okay, so I've made it to the village. So my next thing I need to do is make the little bed chamber to attract the little villagers as they're born from the villager breeder. And build up some walls and just find a general spot to place it. And I think I'm just going to try and, I don't want to go too far from town, but I want to be just enough out of it. So I think somewhere over here where I am right now. Okay, as you can see behind me, a not so lovely looking villager breeder, all set up and functional. I hope. I haven't had any little villagers yet to prove that it fully works, but I have had a villager go through into the water stream who I pushed down there and he popped straight out. And I totally didn't realise I brought a dropper instead of a dispenser and have to ride back and come back to replace it and waste all my time. I've just seen one of the farmers fall down. Okay, back to the farm. One fixed village breeder. Hopefully all sorted now that I've put those trapdoors in the correct place. So, this kindly leads on to the next part of the video, which is for me to go and gather some resources. So a quick montage, and then I'm going to talk you through my little caravan design. Okay, so here we are, guys, at the Villager Breeder. So what I've just been up to is I have been off to get a lot of gravel. Because I'm going to need gravel for the road that my caravan is going to be riding along. So all I need to do now to finish off that is I need to do some terraforming to dig up a load of dirt so I can make that into coarse dirt. Yeah, coarse dirt. And then I have my road all sorted, and I might need to do a bit of stone mining now that I've got a lovely silk Dutch pickaxe, so I can do some detailing and add some sort of boulders and stuff along the road that the caravan riders will have to avoid. So I'm going to quickly go and gather up a load of dirt so I can mix it with my gravel, and then I'll get on with building a caravan and show you what I'm thinking. Okay, so just a little ways out of the village, and I'm just going to clear some of these flowers away. A bit of the grass, so I've got a nice clean space for us to build. Okay, that should be plenty. So what I'm thinking is I'm going to place down one of my wheels, place you upside down, and then build that up. So this is going to be one of my wheels, so I can sort of build out my scale from here. And then I'm thinking I want the wheels to be about 4 spaces in between. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's where the next one's going to be. So place that there. Make my wheel. And place you. So I've got my wheel. So this is going to be sort of the sort of size, and it's going to be sort of a nice dome. And then what I would like to do is place another stair upside down and bring this all the way to just past. There we go. And repeat it this way. Just to one past it. Pick up that spare. So we kind of got this like underside of the carriage, but I want that to be a little less prominent than it is, so I'm going to take some spruce signs and just place these along, covering a bit of the stairs, so I have a sort of more of a narrower gap at the bottom, not as blatant and obvious. Okay, so that's that underside done. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to come up with some stripped spruce. So the first one's going to be 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I think 3. Go 3. And then just strip those. And then from here, I'm going to go across. So it's like a cross beam, so making the frame all the way to the back of this wheel. Come up and strip everything again. Excellent. And then what I need to do is I need to have a quick sleep and continue with this in the morning. So got this sort of side profile in. Very nice, very nice. What I need to do now is get back up on top somehow without wasting materials. Let's just use some oak. Okay. And then these stairs are going to sort of help bridge. I want to be central with this one. There we go. And I think we'll keep with the stripped. So if we go like that, strip that, and continue this across. Excellent. So yeah, I'm using the birch. I think I've said spruce many times. I'm using the birch to kind of be the frame. So like lighter sort of colour is kind of what they made the structure out for the fabric to go on. Not looking too shabby so far. Okay, so let's look sort of skeleton of it. Alright, so what I need to do next is kind of add in sort of double it over on the other side, because currently I've only got one side of this. Double this over and add in some wool. So I'll cut back to the wool and the other side in. Okay, so wool is in, rest of the roof and the opposite side is all completed. So as you can see, it's going to be quite a big sort of carriage. Of course, it's going to have to fit in a few villagers. It's going to have to fit in their workstations and some beds, just in case. What we need to do now is just start kind of adding sort of carriage front and the back, making sure that the villagers can't escape and stuff like that, and starting adding some of that detail. So let's get on to that. Okay, so I'm going to use some ladders both sides of this sort of window. Wrong thing. I want to bring this up, so this is going to be like my little hatch to get in and hopefully have to save me from having to enter every time to do my villager trades. And then the ladders, because they kind of look like they could be ropes, are going to be an access up to the top where I'm going to have a way of getting down into the carriage, but they kind of also help kind of look like they're supporting, holding all the stuff down, making sure it doesn't kind of fall and shake itself apart. Okay, and then I would like some trapdoors. So I need to make sure these open the way I want them, because these are the ones I'm actually going to use. Good. Don't matter about that one. You're just going to plop down. Before I do any more detailing, I need to go to sleep. Place the last few ladders in. Make sure they're all done. Lovely jubbly. Come back down here. So I'm going to add some panels on the side here. Just give it a little bit more detail and depth and interest. And then what we're going to do at the front. I think I've made this wrong. So I'm just going to fix it, because this shouldn't be 3 wide at the top. It should be 1 wide. Otherwise I'm going to be using an excessive amount of materials. So I'm just going to cut back once I've done that. Not a good time for rain. Okay, much better. That was more what I was hoping for. So, where was I with the detailing? So yeah, we've got the sort of straps holding down the sides. We've got a little porch. So all we need to do now is kind of like put in a floor and kind of finish off. Excellent. Alright, and then got to think about what we're doing here at the front. Go spruce trapdoor there, and mirror on the other side. Go upside down stairs again. So we're going to go double gate here. I realise I've not made enough gates, so let's see if I've still got enough to make an extra gate. Yes, I do. Excellent. Fences here. So what I'm thinking is I'm going to rip you out. I want you to be a slab. Okay, because yeah. And then I want these to go voila, voila. We'll place one of you down to put this down, and then signs on the side. So we've got our seat. We'll just use the double slabs to make a full block. These are going to be going up like so. The wrong way, of course. I did the wrong way. So like so. And then if I go... So I can get through here. So I'm going to do that, which is going to stop me. So I can get through there fine, but I can close it up and it doesn't look as horrendous. And I just have to sneak through. And that will help stop the villagers. The villagers won't be able to get through. And I've got a way of kind of helping disguise that a little bit more. I'm not going to double it up. I'm just going to leave a bit of open air. And I'm going to do this edge with spruce trapdoors. Yeah, as I thought. And then just double these up. And an extra one here. No, I don't need that one actually. That's just looking a little bit too garish. Okay, so I've got a nice enclosed space that the villagers cannot escape from now. And we just need to add in the final few details. Need to get back up on the roof and add those trapdoors I forgot about. You there first. Spin around. And then now if I pop those, I have a easier entrance for myself. And then just make that consistent across the top. So I want these ones to face inwards on this corner. This facing straight in, and then no, that's not quite what I wanted either. I think these should be upside down. That was what I was thinking. Yeah, upside down. Got them in the wrong place. And then kind of from an angle, it gives kind of a sort of janky sort of lip out. And we'll do the same on the back side. That is my carriage. Let's get the bed out of the way. That's going to be part of my caravan. My idea is I'm connecting this village up to the village that's in that direction. And I'd like to put maybe 3 of these to start with one housing a few librarians. But my idea is if I ever want more villager trades, I'm going to add them between different villages and add in more roads. So, for example, this road between this village over there in the taiga that you can just see poking out and this plains village could have 2 different types of trades. So, librarians travel in one direction and, for the sake of argument, Fletchers travel in the other direction. Okay? So, I want the world to feel quite lived in. I want there to be a purpose to everything. So these caravans are actually the traders that are exchanging between places. And I also want to make sure I'm traveling through the world and have reasons to. So I don't want to just be, bang, I've got librarian trades I need to do. So I'm going to go to my big village trading hub and I just waste my time now. I want to be in the world experiencing it. Okay? So all I need to do now is crack on with this design and place it into this world. Probably going to do quite a few time lapses. let's have a quick look at what I've done. So I've extended my path out all the way up to here, which is a bit of a dead end. I haven't worked out what I'm going to do as an entrance, but that is a later jar problem. I've added some half stone slabs just to kind of look like bigger pebbles on the ground, and they just allow me to pop them on these edges, so I can, as I'm running along, I can just pop up nice and easy, but it blends in nicely as detail. Then added a few sort of simple lamps and some fence posts with some lanterns as well, and just added one or two little boulder designs and some extra pebbles along the path, and then just some fences just to kind of flesh it out. And as you can see, yeah, it's starting to come together. This is my favourite thing here. As you come along, you see these birch leaves just poking up in a smidge of smoke that's just popping up out of this like little hidden hole. And as you come round, it's a little encampment for the travellers that got somewhere safe to stay at night. And as we come out, at some point, I'm going to add a bridge that crosses over here and continue this path design all the way around and through the trees up to the tiger village, which I'm going to, again, we'll have some sort of intro design. But the last thing of the episode to do is actually get some of the villagers into these caravans and set up some trades. So that's going to be the fun bit. Hey guys, VoiceOver Jar here, just to go over what I did with my villagers and getting them into the first caravan. So the first thing I had to do was lay down a big dirt path across the top of the village, ready to lay my tracks on. Unfortunately, I did not have enough tracks to do this in one trip. So after placing down what I had with some powered rails in strategic places, I started shoving them across. Unfortunately, again, I didn't have enough iron for 4 carts, so I had to send them off in 2s. So the first set didn't go too bad, got them all the way after digging up and placing the tracks many times, but the second lot gave me a bit of a headache, deciding to land on a roof because I didn't place my rails properly. After getting them off the roof with a bit of persuasion, I eventually managed to get all 4 villagers into my first caravan so I can set up their trades next episode. So that's it from me for this episode, guys. I'll set up my villager trades next episode. But if you've enjoyed this episode, please think about a like, a subscribe, or a comment. It really is very helpful, and I do enjoy hearing from you. But until the next episode, goodbye.